Three strong meta picks open. Let me on your screen, feeling the weight of this game. Let's see what he decides to go for.
They could very easily just default back to a jungle pick up the Gragas or the Rek'Sai themselves. Evelynn still going to be there, as is Echo. And I think Echo is probably the biggest factor.
Yeah, he decides to lock it in immediately. That's for MLXG in the jungle.
Yeah, pick that one up immediately. Invictus Gaming, the guys here with the response. What would they like to go? Time does have that Vayne AD carry option. Be a very early pick if they decided to go for that. You would wager something for the jungle because it's already been responded to. It doesn't reveal your hand as to where you would actually like to put a lot of your focus. And then you can choose either the support, perhaps with the Janna or the Braum, something that still doesn't reveal it and not necessarily flex pick, but just standard.
Yeah, a safe pick for Kitties. He does like himself that Braum. Currently, Cacao being looked at, Gragas being looked at by Cacao Zatai. Hovering Zap.
Yeah, though I'd prefer that. I don't think they will. I'll happily be surprised.
Yeah, he's swapping it over now to the Janna. Decides to lock it in.
Yeah, they do lock that one in, of course. Janna very good at unlocking a lot of AD carry champions that otherwise can't be played, such as Wush's Kog'Maw in that last game. Just gives a lot of presence in a lane where in the 1v1 as an AD carry, you do start to struggle a bit. Kog'Maw having the Janna shield makes him exceptional. Now, Time can actually still play that Lucian, very good with the Janna. Has the possibility of that Vayne again. We don't know what else he can play. He hasn't really shown a lot of his AD carry champion pool, but Janna enables them.
Yeah, so far it's been a whopping 2 champions out of Time. We'll see what he goes for, as currently Gnar now picked up for Let Me. First picking the top lane, leaves Zatai to pick up a counter, and Xiaohu first picking Azir as well.
Yeah, the Hecarim, of course, still available, as is the Rumble, but the Gnar's just a very strong laner, given that Maokai and Shen have been taken off the map, not available to be picked. So picking that big frontline option, a big engage tool for them, can be followed up very nicely by Xiaohu on this Azir. And then MLXG on that Echo. They've got a lot of follow-up damage to an engage, and thankfully Gnar able to provide that for them. Wouldn't be surprised if the support of RNG is another engage tool such as that Braum.
Yeah, that's something that was completely lacking in game number 1. RNG relied almost entirely on MLXG's Elise to pull the trigger, but even when he tried to pull the trigger, he found that his gun was already blocked by Invictus Gaming. Currently, Lucian being looked at, Vladimir being hovered now. We'll see if that's for Rookie or if Zatai takes it in the top.
Yeah, that last game was almost like Invictus just putting a flower in their gun
and
just like preventing them from shooting with it and saying, no, we will take your base.
I feel like even then it's that comedic style flower of like a cartoon where you put the flower in and they smile and it's all lovey-dovey, then the gun explodes.
Yeah, it just comes out with like the bang sign.
Yeah, exactly.
Not impactful, but RNG, they're the ones with their last pick option. We were mentioning they might want some form of engage. Now, it doesn't necessarily get provided by a Bard if they were to lock this in, but the Varus does. That is the difference. So a lot of options still available for them. If they change one of these two, they'll probably change both, just because something they do need is reliable wave clear that the Varus, of course, has. Azir is good for wave clear. It's not as consistent, reliable, and then the engage that would be missing from the Varus if they change that.
Yeah, we'll see what they decide to go for these last picks. RNG rounding out their team composition. They've got a pretty strong one so far, but it's down to the duo. Currently, Lei looking pretty happy about that, but Wu Xin decides to lock in Ashe, and there's going to be the Bard as well.
Still engaged, thankfully. Ashe Arrow is going to be there. Can actually be comboed really well with a Bard ultimate if that were to connect. The Tempered Fate Enchanted Crystal Arrow wombo.
Yeah.
I don't know if you call it a wombo, but that is what that is. RNG's finished team comp now completed, and it is very RNG-esque in its styles, is that they aren't just going to lose lane this time. They're looking to win lane, much more so, and find some early strength. They've got that Ashe Arrow for skirmishes around the map and early rotations. They've got the jungler that can be bottom and capitalize on engages. And we mentioned that they've got the Azir and the Echo to follow up engage tools. The Gnar can still follow up engage super well, and the Ashe and Bard can provide that.
Yeah, you can see Zed was just being hovered by Kitties, but now he swaps it over to Jace. Let's see if he decides to lock it in, because he is going up against Xiaohu on Azir. 5 seconds left for that last pick. Invictus Gaming with a very strong team composition, and they decide to commit to it.
Yeah, they've got that Jace now available. Very strong team comp here from Invictus. They've got the Vladimir in the top lane, the scaling AP mage, which is why they've changed to the Jace in mid to give that physical damage bolstering force that isn't just time now. They do still have the 2 threats. So a lot of mixed sources of damage output from Invictus Gaming. A lot of team fight threat, the big question mark, and something that is just like a sore thumb of this Invictus Gaming team comp. Where is their engage tool when they don't have a Gragas ultimate?
Yeah, it's going to be a little bit tricky. We'll see if they can continue to lead RNG around the map, or if RNG will take at least some sort of convincing play against Invictus Gaming, because it feels like the only thing that they got in that previous game was they were able to take 1 tower, 1 dragon, because Invictus Gaming basically gave it to them, and then they managed to pick up a single kill onto Zatai because he was overextended.
Yeah, they got consistently destroyed with map movements, and this is something that will play to the strengths of this Invictus side and their team comp. If they can make it work again, if they can control the map, then they don't necessarily need to engage.
Yeah, well, a lot of that is going to be on the back of this guy on the left side of the screen, MLXG on Echo. Will he be able to keep track of Kakáo's Gragas once again, or possibly look for some ganks onto Zatai? It'll be a tough call. In the mid, you just saw Rookie and Xiaohu. Here are your AD carries, Wu Xin and Lei versus Time and Kitties. It's once again Kid getting his visa completed as he's playing the long haul. He's trying to go to Worlds.
Yeah, dangerous lanes here as well from both of these teams, particularly in the mid and bottom half of the map. Ashe is always scary to be against because the threat of that arrow always going to be present. And mid lane, Jace into Azir. Jace always has kill threat, but Azir can turn it around so well.
Yeah, well, we're getting into game right now. And we have loaded onto the Rift. Welcome back, everyone. It's week 10, day 3, set 3, game 2, 24 seconds into the game. RNG versus Invictus Gaming.
Sounds like it's some kind of pre-recorded intro to a game at this stage. It's the same every time. The only thing that changes
is the actual game.
Is the time in the game as well. Is the most
well,
important.
The time in the game too, yeah.
The biggest dynamic factor, of course. RNG now working their way as 5 members into Invictus Gaming jungle. Do not want lane swaps, I would imagine. Or they want it themselves, so they're very aggressively stancing themselves towards Invictus's jungle.
Now we'll see if they manage to get what they want, because I'm sure what they want starts with a W and ends with an in. It's called a win.
I was thinking Wushin, but
they've
got
got
one of those,
yeah.
So yeah, maybe they're doing a win.
They also have Wushin. Maybe they can get what they want.
Greater successes there.
Yeah.
Already halfway there. They have a Wushin.
So they do have some deep wards being dropped right now. Spotting out Invictus Gaming. Looks like he might be able to come in from behind, perhaps try to catch MLXG as he steals away this red buff. Though Time and Kitties are now heading back to the bottom side of the map.
They'll spot the Echo if he chooses to go. They know that he's there because the ward will see him the second he leaves, but it's about to die as well.
Oh,
no,
the ward
ward's
just
dead.
died. Yeah, now he knows that he's pretty clear.
Did they see Let Me just then?
I'm not certain.
They didn't react. They pinged. Yes, they do see him. They know they're at the red buff, so it's going to be vertical jungling. You would imagine for these teams.
Yeah, already Zatai starting off with the double jungle. Yeah, Rookie tagging Xiaohu in the face. Just wants to get an early advantage in the lane.
The level 1 Azir threat is next to 0, only having the Sand Soldiers available for explicitly auto attacks, whereas the Jace does have a spell to back him up. In fact, has 2 at level 1. So his strength definitely higher than the Azir is right now. And you can see that based off his positioning at the very start of the game.
Yeah, we'll see how Rookie translates that into more success. Recall completed from Zatai as he gets level 2, and he teleports to the top side to catch up with Let Me. As both of our duos catch up with each other once again on the bottom side of the map.
Yeah, we've got the standard lanes again, something that RNG are searching for, and Invictus Gaming seemingly happy to offer that to them, as they did win laning phase in that last game, and basically won the game through said laning phase that they did win. And at the moment, it seems to be a different ballgame. RNG doing very well.
Yeah, Rookie brought down to super low health with only a longsword and 3 health pots. Might be a little bit strapped for health as this lane goes on. Kakao continuing to vertical jungle now will steal away the red buff from RNG.
Yeah, the standard vertical jungle start here based off the vision. A lot of pressure now going to be placed inappropriate sides of the map, knowing that their opposition's not going to be nearby, in which case it is MLXG on this Echo towards the top side of the map, and Cacao towards the mid and bottom half of the map. So we'll see if they can get any pressure down, or if the warding that is already in place and actually pinged from Invictus Gaming will be a determining factor as to where Cacao goes.
We'll certainly see. He's continuing to vertical jungle and steal for now. Cacao cleared out the jungle of RNG with that red, and he's actually now heading towards his Raptor camp, but MLXG's a step ahead. Ward over the wall is going to spot Cacao. Uh-oh. Oh. MLXG.
Hey.
He was shopping.
He was definitely shopping, but Cacao was also looking for his Raptors, so pleasantly or unpleasantly surprised to find someone in his jungle. Nobody wins.
Yeah, nobody quite winning that one. RNG's bottom lane continuing to put some harass down on the Time and Kitties. Though Cacao, he's actually making a beeline down here. He's going to catch up with Lei. Oh, Kitties lands the slow. Whoosh forced the flash away. They managed to land the knockout. He goes low. Time. Oh no, the red buff for Cacao. First blood, Invictus Gaming.
The flash used by Whoosh, but saving the heal very smartly, knowing that he was super dead. Did not have a chance to live by using any heal. So good work from him to save his troubles, but also notice the fact that Cacao literally walked past Bard, did not regard him as a champion in this game, and then just went straight for Whoosh to ensure that he was going to die. They found what they were looking for, but unfortunate, of course, that the red buff secured the kill that otherwise should have gone to the Lucian, which was their plan. Nice damage.
Very solid damage onto Xiaohu as Rookie continues to trade it back. He's got a nice big old wave building up, but Xiaohu should be able to catch it. And he's also not overextending as well. He knows that the threat of MLXG's Echo is not something to be trifled with, so he's continuing to play nice and safe. Letme and Zatai, however, doing the same thing they did in the previous game.
Such a strong impulse as a Jace player when you see someone pushing without any minions to block your Shockwave gate combo.
Yeah.
To actually just throw it out. Rookie was looking to recall there, but changed his mind because of the way Xiaohu was playing, and now stuck under his turret for a couple waves. And Xiaohu's now the one to get his recall. Or he changes his mind too.
Seems like, oh, solid clear. The good old 1-2 combo. Xiaohu's actually sitting in the wings right now. There was a ping. Here comes Lei. They could look for a kill as Rookie tries to shove it forward. He thinks Xiaohu's recalled, but he finds Xiaohu in the face, immediately flashes the wall. Xiaohu's trying to bring Rookie low. He's got no mana. The stun finds him. Ignite is dropped. Rookie's running for his life. Xiaohu is going to get a kill. No, Lei! Oh, the Ignite steal.
Ignites are the MVPs of this game right now. Ridiculously good stun from Lei, though, to actually find Jace on that wall. An instant cleanse, of course, the stun not having a big factor into that kill, but it did the damage, and that damage was the difference between getting the kill and not. Smart play, patient play from Xiaohu there on this Azir to find the kill onto Jace of Rookie.
Yeah, very solid. That ties it up now, and in 6 minutes, RNG have now got as many kills as they did in a last 40-minute game, so things looking better.
Definitely looking better for RNG, and this comes down to the fact that they're not directly losing laning phase, of course. Finding a kill onto Whoosh was on the back of a Cacao gank this time, so whereas last game they were basically just struggling in their own respective 1v1 or 2v2 lanes.
It's definitely looking a lot better for Invictus as now the lanes are much more even, though we're starting to see a bit of a CS lead open for Zatai as he completes his first recall. Letme getting a Hex Drinker, and Zatai, Hex Tech Revolve.
Yeah, getting that sustain for the Vladimir, and then the resistances from Letme to ensure that the sustain doesn't actually kill him in the process, as the Hextech Revolver core for the Vladimir has now been secured, and actually doing quite well in this lane is Zatai with a slight CS lead, all things considered.
Again, Zatai playing sustained style champion. Blue buff now going to be handed over to Rookie. Xiaohu was actually just headed down to that bottom side, but looks like he heads back to the mid to catch some more minions while MLXG continues to roam around.
That damage, he can fight him.
Such a bully right now.
I feel like Zatai has found the weakness to Letme, and that is sustained bruises.
Yeah.
The Trundle just destroying him, and now the Vladimir complete control of this laning phase, and it's something that we've not really seen a lot of from Zatai. He's good at laning. He's never really excelled in his laning phase. He comes to team fights and just destroys people, but now he is just wrecking Letme's life in top lane.
Yeah, poor Letme's now 20 CS down, 8 minutes in. It's a tricky situation for a Gnar to be in. Looking like he might go in, but
got him.
Oh, Rookie, there's no flash. He gets caught in the stun. He's being brought low. This could be another kill. Yes, Xiaohu gets it.
Very well played by Zhao, who doesn't use the ultimate instantly, walks that little bit to actually ensure that it connects. And as he gets knocked back, the ultimate brings the Jace with him into the Echo stun. And just super well played as a duo right there, MLXG and Xiaohu, to pick up another kill onto this Jace, who is struggling.
Stun finds time. There is the Enchanted Crystal Arrow available. All that damage. Time not able to trade back as Wuxin is just out of range.
Yeah, didn't throw the arrow, did not feel the need to over-engage. They'll probably wait for another Bard stun to connect. And that will be the big sign for them to go. But Kitties, of course, on this Janna has all of the summoner spells and ultimates available. It's very difficult to even consider killing time on this Lucian when there's a Janna in the lane at all.
Generally, that makes things kind of tricky. Lei does have his Ignite back up. And Rookie, actually. Oh, no. He decides not to head back down to the bottom lane.
Also the item advantage that the Lucian has over this Ashe. It's a very weird item choice here from Woosh. Might be going towards the blue Ashe build at a guess from just seeing a longsword. So may well be wrong in that case, but if he goes the Brutalizer route, then yeah.
The wacky CDR Enchanted Crystal Arrow.
Yeah. As in the Ashe build that does no damage, but is a facilitator for the rest of the team by throwing out repeated arrows.
Great engage from that. That actually might be exactly what RNG need.
It is what they need. It's what they were missing in that last game.
Yeah, we've actually got a replay of that last Azir Wombo. Check out that style dive.
It's so great because it was timed with Rookie knocking him back, so it felt like a constant Azir sec throughout, and perfectly timed again with the Echo stun in that parallel convergence. Converging the Jace towards his own death.
Yeah, another death onto Rookie in that mid lane. He's actually starting to suffer a bit in CS, but Zatai is more than making up for that deficit in the top lane.
Look at that.
Oh.
No regard.
Poor Letme is like, man, I just want some minions.
I hear you like cannon minions, Letme. Well, not today.
Yeah, not quite this time. Cacao.
Cacao's done that twice.
Just wander through, pop your Raptor buff, and then walk away.
Doesn't just wander through, body slams and barrels through to find nobody or nothing that he was actually looking for. He did find a pink ward though, but Jace not in a position to actually contest even in the 1v2 at this stage because they don't have vision of where MLXG is.
Yeah, he's actually heading to the top side of the map right now. They could look for a dive on Letme, but Hexdrinker and Mega Gnar might make that a little bit tricky, especially without a wave for you to deal with.
Though the Vladimir is so far ahead. The Hexdrinker should be the big saving factor, of course, the Mega Gnar. Yeah, the Dragon responsive.
Yeah, being cleared out by RNG. Don't know if they saw Cacao, but RNG making the right call right now.
They didn't see Cacao, but I think the biggest determining factor as to why they would consider this Dragon is that middle lane. Xiaohu doing very well controlling his lane opponent who does not have mana in Rookie at this stage. So a very simple decision. They kept bot lane pushed in, Echo putting down that pressure down there to ensure that happened, and then a simple translation.
MLXG was just looking for a gank in the bottom lane with Lei, but didn't quite find it as Time is playing nice and defensive, doesn't want to take any chances with this. Now they know that Bard is waiting in the wings.
Just having a presence.
Yeah, they see the lily pad coming down. There's a recall now being summoned out of Lei as he heads back to base, and everyone's just taking their time.
Yeah, the Shrine was put down, but it doesn't necessarily mean that an Ashe can feign the 2v2 being there. Middle lane, super rough right now, to say the least. Xiaohu able to control the Dragon from just this lead, and this is something that was missing again in that first game from RNG, was a laning phase where they weren't super behind. Invictus Gaming now have to actually step up with their map movements and shot calling plays. They have the strength in the top lane, but he can't impact every lane without a team fight where he can teleport into. the Gnar is always going to be relevant in team fights. That's the thing that needs to be considered, is irrespective of this lead in laning phase, Zatai can happily play split push.
Oh, Levy's actually going aggressive here. Let's see if they can get the kill.
Wow.
Cool. Dodges the Gnar slam. Great play from Zatai.
That was super impressive from Zatai, timing it with the Gnar ultimate. Very well played, working around the fact that Gnar had actually accrued 2 of his passive stack, and then just using the pull then. Very good prediction.
Yeah, solid play, and once again, he's back at full health. That's the tricky thing about laning against the Vladimir. You go all in, he heals completely full off 1 minion wave.
Yeah, you also wasted your ultimate here as the Gnar, so your strength of going all in again does no longer exist. Though you can still last hit under the tower, okay, you're going to gradually lose health on this one. Zatai now feels so very strong in this 1v1.
That's why we see him being so aggressive. MLXG is on that side of the map, however, but he's not going to show himself and will allow Zatai to continue shoving forward under Letme's turret.
So it's an inevitable death of this tower right now. Zatai is just going to chip away at it until it does go down. It's the only real lane for Invictus Gaming that has been doing exceptionally well. He's about 30 CS ahead roughly as well, so doing super well for himself. Bot lane is reasonably good for Invictus. They found themselves with a nice CS advantage. Ash actually going for that BF sword route, saving my sanity.
Yeah, go for something a little bit standard with the Infinity Edge. And, oh yeah, Wu Xin not going blue Ash. Generally a good thing.
Yeah.
Oh. Looks like Invictus Gaming feigning some aggression. Kakao's actually not on that side of the map, but just continuing to be a presence.
Well, this is the Janna Lucian lane in a nutshell, is that if you can hit your Qs onto the Ashe, Ashe does not have a presence in lane at all. And then they have to try and make aggressive trades back in your favor. But you've got a Janna to shield you through those bursts, so you really are comfortable in this laning phase in a 2v2. As annoying as an Ashe can be, not as annoying as a Lucian with a Janna to back it up.
Clay might be caught out of position here. The knockup finds him. Will he make it to the journey? Flash gets him through. There goes the casket, completely nullifies it. Rookie gets a kill. Kakao
hitting the phenomenal explosive cast. The mechanical display from this guy. He takes the journey afterwards, poking his head around, looking for this Ashe.
Yeah, he's not going to find Wu Xin, though. Knows that he's in a tricky situation without that support bard.
There's the turret.
Yeah, first turret of the game.
Blue team's turret has been destroyed.
Too simple. Yep. And it's just laning phase right now from this Vladimir as well. Zatai making it work in the 1v1. That is what they are looking for right now. But Invictus Gaming, they're yet to really have him recall and find some big strength. But if he can keep the Gnar pressured in his own side of the map, okay.
Ooh, Rookie solo killing Xiao Hu, not even having to burn cleanse. Great style.
Yeah, doing it very easily. Has the mana immune completed, so his damage is increased. Let me.
Again, looking to get some fancy feet down. He lands the slam. Zatai goes low. Oh, let me. Reading Zatai.
The pool not dodging the Gnar ultimate this time, instead being baited out, and then the flash Gnar used by Let Me to secure the kill. Things have started to look a little bit better here for RNG in the top lane. Bot lane and mid, though, not so much. It's a very dynamic game in terms of how laning phases have been going, but a very extended laning phase in saying that.
Yeah, once again, here's the style play from Rookie. He gets knocked back and then, whoa, just bursts through flash to dodge the amazing Azir Q.
Xiao Hu putting that one into effect as well, trying to hit that engage and then turn it around, but Rookie outplaying it. Completely outplaying.
Oh, here's another gank in the mid lane. Rookie goes low and ends up going down. No flash means no chance.
Yeah, very smart plays from RNG again. Capitalizing on that 1v1 that happened, even though it favored Jace in the last fight. Numbers advantage, playing heavily for RNG there as they pick up a kill onto Rookie this time. Things have settled back down to somewhat standard.
Seems like it might have, however, Xiao Hu looks to take his mid tier 1 with the help of MLXG and Lei. He secures it and evens it right back up in gold.
These junglers are really struggling to make a multitude of things happen. They found their small ganks here and there, but it's usually on the back of very strong laning, and an advantage for the Azir becomes a kill onto Rookie. Has happened 3 times.
Yeah, now the Dragon has spawned. RNG are in the pit. Rookie just respawning now. They look to destroy Wu Xin. He's forced to flash. Heal used as well, but Time chases him down, eats an arrow to the face, and dies before he can drop Wushin. Kakao guiding it around. Zatai actually did teleport in. He's in the thick of things. There goes the Hemoplague. It might be too late, though, as Kakao has already died. MLXG running for his life. Zatai and Rookie get knocked away by the Emperor's Divide. Zatai
doesn't have flash.
Yeah, I don't know where he's going with that one.
On a magical journey,
Yeah,
Seda.
certainly. Oh, the arrow hits. That's not an arrow. That's a shock blast. Let Me might be caught out. The 3 remaining members of Invictus Gaming chase down Let Me and drop him low. Oh, MLXG. Oh, completes the recall.
Gets away, but that was a very big fight. Invictus Gaming not getting all of the kills that were essentially on a silver platter for them to take. Time was way too aggressive, did not get the kill, and instead got an enchanted crystal arrow into his face.
Yeah.
And actually died before he could get an auto attack off after using that flash. So Wushin with the mechanics, making sure that arrow hits the Lucian.
Yep.
Invictus still come out ahead though. The Vladimir, something that we have touched on, 40 odd CS ahead in this top lane, had the needlessly large rod and his Will of the Ancients in place for that fight. And that was big for Invictus. They do still get the dragon. Gold lead pretty much dead even though after that.
Yeah, when it's all said and done, it's only a 300 gold lead between the two. And that fight did go pretty heavily in favor of RNG when in the very beginning. And the fact that they were able to get away losing only a single member is bodes well.
Best case scenario.
Oh, action on the bottom. There goes the Tempered Fate onto Kakao. Lei jumps over the wall, but they're not focused on that. They want Wushin. He goes down.
They really don't regard Lei as a human being in this game. Every single time that they see Woosh at all, they just make sure he dies. The shot calling and the decision making essentially very focused from Invictus Gaming. They know they need to kill the damage threat, and Lei is not that one at all. So he gets away, but they do pick up the Ashe. And this is a nice gank from Kakao again. It's on the back of the junglers starting to make things happen. Invictus, they get another turret.
Yeah, that's another turret going down for Invictus Gaming, bringing them up just a bit more in gold. He's going to catch all of this CS on the top side while Zatai continues to keep poor Let Me shoved in, though now with some magic resist, seems like he might be doing just a bit better. Only 30 CS behind Zatai now.
Zatai is very cheeky when he comes to split pushing. He pretty much sits out of range of any vision and just sits still.
Ooh, Let Me actually get some great damage across.
Yeah. The levels is a big factor for Anar. Being level 13, it seems 5 levels in both his Q and his W.
Oh no, Hemoplay goes out. Zatai, gets destroyed by Let Me. That's gotta feel good.
That was a big mistake if ever I've seen one on multiple levels right there. Let Me just sat there and hit him.
Yeah.
And Zatai did his best attempt at killing himself, so he was successful in doing so. Victors have the numbers mid, looking to put some pressure down.
Yeah, Time goes aggressive, but he could be caught out. Oh, Xiaohu can't quite tag him in time, and Kakao runs away from Lei. An attempted push gets met by RNG.
Well, they don't have a Vladimir. That's the problem. He's too busy trying to 1v1 people and missing Hemoplagues in the top lane, unfortunately. RNG, the ones in control in terms of numbers on the map, Let Me able to push that lane back out himself. And we were touching on the fact that he just suddenly found this strength. Well, he's got 5 levels in his Q and his W now. So he's hurting a lot with those third procs on his auto attacks.
Yeah.
The Q cooldown is a lot less as well because it is max ranked. So he's able to repetitively proc that passive. And Vladimir, a health-based champion that gains health from his resistances, struggles now to fight against this Nah. Unless he can hit all of his stuff.
Yeah, that did hurt Zatai quite a bit. Recall gets him one step closer to Zhonya's Hourglass, which saw a push from RNG on the bottom side of the map. Looked to break that bottom tier 1, but it was matched in time. Seems like they're going to go for something similar once again as Wushin and Lei Mi.
That damage is just ridiculous.
Rushing. Yeah, Zatai gets chunked out.
But Vladimir is it's a health resource champion, Vladimir, and he's up against someone that is doing percentage of health damage. So he's losing health while taking damage, a percentage of his own health. So it looks super impactful, but it's also the fact that he's using his E at the same time as taking the passive damage from the Nah.
Very tricky situation. Jace stylishly recalling. Gonna head back to base, pick up some more items while Zatai continues to farm on the top side. Now, I'm actually pretty interested to know if Let Me's caught up in gold. to Zatai.
Could be close. He's got the kills there, so yeah.
Yeah, he's only 200 gold behind Zatai right now, and with both of the teams even in turrets, he could definitely close that.
Pretty much between the teams, the gold lead is a non-factor. There's no one with a particular lead. You look at the kills, the farm, it all matches out. While Vladimir was 40 CS ahead, the gap has been closed and Letme has found 2 kills. So that is where the discrepancy is now met back to even. Junglers, nothing really worth mentioning. And then you look at mid, the Rylai is completed for this Azira as well. Personal favorite is the 40% slow from the Sand Soldier auto attacks from a decent range, and it's the crowd control from an Azir that otherwise doesn't have it from just basic hits.
Yeah, very tricky to get out of that. Might be looking a bit tough for Invictus Gaming. In the previous game, they had everything going their way, but 24 minutes into game number 2, and RNG are keeping pace. Now, Dragon's up in a minute. There are a lot of wards around that pit.
There's definitely some wards in place. It's going to be a point of contention if teams want this. Only the second Dragon for each team. They do have their first one in place. Again,
yeah, Zatai might have overstayed his welcome in the top lane. He's able to heal it out. Letme still with the Hexer Guard now are Randuin's.
So funnily enough, this top lane matchup favors the Vladimir with Mega Gnar. And it's not good in Mini Gnar, because the percentage auto attacks from the W in Mini Gnar, the versatility, the mobility that Letme then has is overwhelming for Zatai to deal with. But in the Mega Gnar form, can sustain through all of that. Has the Zonias available now as well, so comfortable, to say the least.
Well, more comfortable.
More than he was, at the very least, because he was dying a lot, taking a lot of damage. The trade's starting to favor Letme. You know what I want to see whilst we're looking at Xiaohu take the walls down is a Luden's Echo from this Azir, because it's a 50% discrepancy with the move speed reduction and move speed increase from a Rylai's and a Luden's. Super hard.
Parallel convergence. Whoa, the arrow gets dodged by time. Cacao, though, might be caught out. Parallel convergence finds Rookie. He phases back in, but Monsoon knocks him out. Kitties takes a stun, forced to flash. He's going low. He's going to go down, but Rookie's pinned against the wall by Letme. 2 kills RNG as they engage from beyond the map.
They turn it on. The Echo puts down his parallel convergence, and then Ash throws out the arrow, dodged, but put into a very awkward position, having to dodge towards the RNG side as they walk from strength to strength, having the Gnar available. They've gone for Baron.
Yeah, they certainly have. They're going to try chunking through its health. Cacao does have his smite, drops a barrel for vision. Is he going to try going for the steal? He's got no way to get out if he commits to it. He goes over the wall. He steals it! Invictus Gaming get the Baron. Cacao goes down, but Zatai is running for his life. So too is going to be time. And RNG, they take the team fight. The stun doesn't quite find him. There's another slow. Zatai's going to end up dying here.
Super dead. There's no way to get away from that. He gets bopped to death from the Gnar jump. But they get the Baron buff. The savior of Invictus Gaming right now is Cacao, managing to get that one for his team. And though they've lost 2 members for their troubles, they had the favorable team fight for RNG prior to that Baron even being started.
Yeah.
They lose the big objective. The gold lead is still less than 200 gold, basically, between these two.
It's dead even, all in all. Now Dragon has just spawned. Here's a replay. Cacao comes over the wall. Man.
So the best thing is they don't actually commit to the Baron too hard, RNG. They wanted to kill the Gragas first, but the W auto attack damage being percentage health and the smite, enough to secure that one as the last-ditch effort with like a second in his life left. Zatai is not long for the world as he dies to being jumped on by Letme, having that passive put into effect there. RNG getting the kills, but not getting the objectives that they really need.
See if they can translate that to more success as that Dragon is on the map again. Zatai split pushing. Not too successful for the first bit of this game, though. He has now definitely caught up in terms of gold. 4, 1, and 4. He's feeling a lot better about this game. And Invictus RNG are grouped up around the Dragon Pit.
They are grouped up. RNG not having the Baron buff, but seemingly finding their strength at the moment in terms of team fighting, being able to make picks. They've got the engage they were missing in that last game, but Jace is hurting. He's got his last Whisper, he's got his Brutalizer. Cooldown reduction boots. All he's missing is the upgraded Muramasa.
Yeah. soon that's going to end up being finished, but for the time being, he's continuing to dish out serious damage, as is Let Me, finishing off a Banshee's Veil on top of that Hexrinker. He doesn't want to take any chances when it comes to damage from Zatai. Jeez, those shock blasts.
Big factor. He actually just got the Mirror Mana as well while we're talking about it. Upgrades that. Damage increase in terms of auto attacks. Has levels in his hyper, you would imagine. The hypercharge procs very well with that Mirror Mana. Invictus Gaming now the ones to start this Dragon buff up. RNG still looking to fight it.
Yeah, Parallel Convergence comes out. MLXG
Got
looks
no
for the
guard.
stun. Doesn't quite find it, but he does steal the Dragon, however. Chrono Break gets him over the wall, and MLXG gets out.
Very barely getting over that wall as well, because there wasn't long left until his ultimate put him back into the pit. So steals left, right, and center from both of these teams. First, the Baron from Kakao, taking that away, and secondly, the Dragon from MLXG, securing that one for his team. And is it going to come down to who can steal the most this game? I feel like that is the direction it's taking, but in saying that, RNG definitely still the ones in control, but Invictus, their map movements still ever so impressive, finding themselves inklings of leads wherever they can.
Yeah, they certainly are trying, but it's still very minor right now. Zatai, oh man, he is not having a fun time with Let Me anymore. He's like, can we go back to what happened in the first 10 minutes?
And it's not just Let Me. Take note of the minimap.
Here comes the rest of RNG. They could be looking for a dive. Let Me's close to Mega. Zatai drops the pool, but Let Me's ready to pounce on him. Zanyas stalls it out. Is he going to get out alive? There goes the Tempered Fate, and RNG have to back away.
That was a phenomenal Zonya's usage just there from Zatai, saving himself in the face of an entire Nah, and then the rest of the team that were going to back that one up. Invictus now looking like they want to fight.
Yeah, they certainly are. The slow manages to find Kakao. He can't catch up in time. And all 5 members of Invictus come barreling down a lane, but they're not able to find a pick.
Xiaohu's not there just yet, so they know they've got some time to work with this. And they actually get the turret though. Really difficult to do.
Yeah, a lot of wave clear. Let Me takes a shock blast to the face, but he's nice and tanky at this point in the game. Xiaohu's finally joined up, and Invictus Gaming decide to back away.
Yeah, and the Zonyas is the pickup here for this Azir. So looking for the combat stats against this Jace. Take them on, maybe even be the engage tool if everything else fails. Then use the Zonyas so he can be in the front line. He can afford to be aggressive with his position. He has the Rylai's to boot as well, so very indicative of an aggressive Azir in terms of his itemization, how he's going to play this game out. One of the perks of having an Azir turret is it reveals wards.
Yeah.
You get a bit of extra gold for your trouble.
Just a bit. Oh, once again, RNG show up on the top side of the map. There's a teleport as well. He walks in, but dodges the stun. Does just a bit of damage, but it's not enough to keep himself alive. RNG find the gank they were looking for.
Eventually, they do get that gank. They get the kill, and now the turret. So very good decisions and patience again. Persistence pays for this RNG side. Invictus are the ones now reacting to everything that RNG have put in place, and it's the polar opposite of the last game.
Yeah.
There are a lot more kills, though. There's still chances for either team to take it out. But considering the lead that Zatai had from laning phase, how different it has become from just the attention of the rest of this RNG side being focused on top.
Very tricky for Invictus Gaming to keep pace. Blue buff secured now by Rookie. As things are once again returning to a relatively slow-paced game. And you know, it has been a pretty slow-paced game. It's interesting to say with a team like RNG and Invictus, but it doesn't seem like Invictus are really comfortable, anywhere near as comfortable as they were in game number 1.
I think that's the key word here, though, is comfort. And they don't feel as comfortable being in this position as they are now. When they were ahead, it was almost too easy for them to just make things happen. They were the ones being able to bleed out RNG and just slowly work around these advantages that they had. Now they don't necessarily have the advantages. They have to earn these. Their team comp, as we mentioned, the engage, a little bit lacking for this side. They have the explosive cask and the explosive cast as their tools of engaging. So very good at reacting to what RNG are looking to put in place. That's what their team comp is designed to do. Disengage and then re-engage. And just work around your strength whenever you have a power spike, whenever the Jace has his gate shock blast available. Fight then, disengage with the general, reset. That's what they're trying to do. But RNG, if they want to fight, they will take it to you consistently.
Invictus Gaming weren't ready for that fight as they did lose that mid-tier 2 turret. Now, RNG are in the lead, 1,500 gold. Positioning now around the Baron. It's up to IG to make the intelligent decision. The arrow comes across and misses. Rookie, ooh, forced a flash. Never faked.
Cannot cleanse that tempered phase, so does have to force the flash out. Invictus knowing no Ash Arrow available.
Yeah, they could look to
Feeling
turn it.
aggressive.
There goes the parallel convergence. Leppy's got Meganar. That gentleman is about to get angry. He's going to angrily stomp back to his turret and have a cup of tea.
He got angry.
Yeah.
They didn't actually find an engage. They're using him more as the zoning tool in that case because Invictus were the ones being aggressive. They need to work around the Jace poke before they fight anything as well. But the Jace's poke is, while it's still there, it's not what it usually is because he's not ahead. In fact, he's slightly behind. Ooh, his opponents.
Zatai split pushing once again. He heads to the bottom side, but Letme is able to keep pace. 5, 1, and 4 with full defensive items. He can finally afford to trade with Zatai, while the rest of IG were previously grouped around the Baron, but once again returned to the mid lane. And things seem to return a little bit back to standard. Baron has respawned. Dragon's up in 15 seconds, and with those objectives, we might see RNG look for some more action.
I feel like while we're talking about it being back to standard, RNG are the standard team comp. They've got the standard execution, and they have been playing it to that strength, which is the fact that the game is now reset back to standard. Besides that, that was pretty cute.
Yeah.
But the fact that the game has gone back to this standard phase is actually favoring RNG. Zatai is not a tank. You cannot compare his tankiness to that of Letme, who has a Thorn Mail completed, Randuin's, Banshee's Veil, and that Hex Drinker with his Ninja Tabi. Couldn't be happier in terms of team fighting strengths and how tanky he's going to be, whereas Zatai has a Death Cap completed, has a Will of the Ancients, and a Zonia's Hourglass with his Lucidity Boot. So not looking to take damage, looking to deal it. That's the big thing here is they don't have a direct tank. They have Cacao, but he's the sole tank, and he's also having to be the engager, so he will be going down very quickly or completely irrelevant very quickly. They can't be like Letme on this Nah, where he has the threat of using that ultimate throughout the entirety of a fight. It's not on him engaging from just that Nah ultimate. They've got the Ashe, they've got the Echo, they've got the Bard ultimate instead.
We'll see if RNG can pull off the engage they're looking for as the Dragon has spawned and IG are waiting in the pit. This is the 4th Dragon of the game and IG's 2nd if they secure it, RNG's 3rd. Letme playing with that Narvar. Tempered Fate, ooh, goes wide. Let's see if the Enchanted Crystal Arrow will do the same as it looks like Letme is finding a fight. Full Culling chunks him to half health. He's got Meganar. Is he going to end up going in or back away? He's got his flash as well.
They want the fight. There it is.
Oh, the arrow finds Rookie. He's forced to instantly cleanse. Letme dashes forward once again, but parallel convergence doesn't find anyone. There's the slam. Zatai dodges both of the stuns. Instantly, Cacao dives to the back line. It's chaos as Invictus Gaming are successfully keeping their defensive line backed up. They're trying to get around the Emperor's Divide. Another Shock Blast is dropped. MLXG could try to turn it around. He's hanging on to his ultimate. Zatai chases through the magical journey, but doesn't find it. And Invictus Gaming, the teamfight kings, win a team fight.
And this is how Invictus Gaming's team comp is designed to work. They don't engage, they let RNG come to them. And now the biggest factor as to how that even went well for Invictus Gaming is because it was at the Dragon. It was at a neutral objective that forces RNG to fight for it. They want those Dragons. It's a way to a win condition. If they don't get the Dragon, then they're just giving up free objectives, standing objectives, to that of Invictus Gaming. So they look for the fight. RNG look to engage. The Bard ult doesn't connect. The Ashe Arrow gets cleansed. And then Nah has to flash, but a ridiculous pull from Zatai. Timed with the flash, Nah dodges that one. They disengage the fight. They peel back, work around their team comp, and then they find strength in numbers.
RNG looking for a desperation Baron. Cacao's actually nowhere to be seen. Letme is showing up. Kitty's is coming around as well. There's Zatai. They managed to land a stun, and the Baron is secured. RNG get it and get away with it, too.
Invictus Gaming in their base. No way for them to get near the Baron in time, and it's steal right there from RNG. Should not have been given that objective for free because this is the strength of what Invictus Gaming want to do. They want to fight for these neutral objectives because they can't engage. They're looking for RNG to come to them. Thankfully, Having a Baron buff will allow RNG to do that.
Yeah.
And they will be doing that. The question is execution now.
Yeah. See if they can pull it off. Baroned up minions make for a much easier sieging life. Let me splitting on the bottom side. We'll go for an empowered recall sometime soon, as it looks like Wu Xin and Lei expect to meet up in the mid lane after that red buff is secured, and Zatai continues to split push on the other side of the map, now up to a whopping 307 CS.
Yeah, everyone getting their relevant farm. No one exceptionally far ahead. The clock's still beating them all, which is how you know that they haven't necessarily been farming. They've been spending a lot more time trying to make picks, struggling to do so. 107 is Echo as well, has not died.
Yeah.
Managed to steal dragons away and is having an MVP-worthy performance thus far for his team. But Let Me is a beast right now.
Yeah.
Working towards that more, actually getting some more damage. Doesn't feel any damage himself. Quite a comfortable position.
Most certainly. That's another tier 2 turret going down. One left standing for Invictus Gaming, as it's now 5 turrets to 3. Recalls being completed, well,
And
almost.
cancelled.
Yeah.
Bit of both.
For RNG, as they now head to the other side of the map in Invictus Gaming. Looks like they might be trying to shove down mid, but already Xiaohu's prepared with his Ascension of Korea.
Invictus Gaming now need to reset their vision. They've got a lot of it focused around the bottom area with 1 or 2 deep in the top side. The next, again, natural progression, as we called it, of towers that do want to be focused, looks towards that top lane. Woosh already pushing that one in, has his partner in crime to support up there with him. Now going to recall, but that is where they'll go next. It's the easiest thing for them to take. Essentially freestanding gold, especially if they have the Baron buff available. Invictus need to be prepared for this, prevent it from happening, or they're just giving up free money.
Yeah, it seems like they are going to have a little bit of trouble with this. 4 members of Invictus on the other side of the map right now. Baron still good for about another 45 seconds. He's just going to pull some attention. Here come the rest of Invictus Gaming. He bounces away, and IG let him go.
Has the Banshee's Veil and jumped twice as far by bopping on someone else's head to get a bit of extra distance between them both. Drawing a lot of attention, Let Me, though. That's what he's looking to do. Has the teleport available. And RNG in a commanding position, looking to play the numbers game. Only 4,000 gold ahead, though, all things considered.
Parallel convergence is dropped, but doesn't quite find anyone. Baron has now fallen off, so IG shouldn't have that difficult a time clearing this wave. And RNG just waiting, trying to bring IG forward, but they're going to find some trouble as Let Me split pushes and Zakai has to deal with it.
Deja vu of the last game, but backwards this time, as Let Me's going to try his best to be annoying, poke down the turret as much as he can in a commanding position in his direct one-on-one lane, whilst the rest of RNG now be pests around the top side and poke around at that turret. Very difficult to do, though, against the Jace, because you then become a sitting duck for his skill shot, and that hurts.
Most certainly. Rookie very close to full build at 5 items right now. Don't need that much gold to finish off everything else. Dragon's going to be up again in about a minute, and it's still 3,000 gold between the two. RNG now effectively controlling the map. Look at the wars on the map right now. They have got so much vision.
They've almost got too many. That's how many wards are down on this map right now. It's just completely littered like Christmas lights, basically, lighting up the map in favor of RNG. That's just ridiculous. Every single crevice and crack has got a ward ready to go. Let Me now rotating back to the top lane. He's going to split push on what is the free objective. A smarter change and adaptation from this RNG side, as they've got a lot of control between the other 4 members still remaining. They've got a lot of disengage wave clear, and Cacao has no ultimate.
Yeah, he looked for a cast to find someone, didn't quite find it as Lei actually flashed on the opposite side. Turret is secured for RNG as Zatai cannot quite trade with it.
No, definitely cannot trade. So much control here for RNG. They're just really struggling to pull the trigger on a fight. Again, the gold lead, not that big. All things considered, the fact that it's 12 to 6 in kills, and Invictus Gaming controlling the Dragon Pit.
Yeah, they do have control of the pit. Teleport available for 2 members. There's the parallel convergence. Time is right in the middle of it, but he gets out. MLXG looks for the steal. Is he going to be able to secure it? Yes, he is indeed. He steals it. Double teleport comes across. This could be a dangerous situation. Kakao stunned against the wall. He takes a lot of damage. Let Me has got Meganar. Oh, parallel convergence misses Zatai right in the thick of things, but he can't quite find a kill. Dropped by Xiaohu before getting to Zonia's. And Invictus Gaming without Zatai are running for their lives. Kakao trying to get over there. Lei trying to chase with the magical journey. The Gnar gets knocked away by the Monsoon, but he leaps in to drop a stun. It's complete chaos, but IG are knocked back in by a great play from Xiaohu. Ace for RNG.
Xiaohu going massive in that fight. He was the entire reason that they even came out ahead. Invictus Gaming, it's their team comp. It's what they're designed to do. Kite back and just play to your strengths as a team. But Zatai going a little bit too aggressive. They're dying to the Azir before he can even use the Zonias, granted. And then Xiaohu again capitalizing on the positional advantage they had. The magical journey, the Gnar and Echo getting over the wall, just running at time, and he really struggled to get anything done. As the rest of this RNG team, they find one good team fight at 40 minutes in, suddenly they win.
Yeah, they take the win, and their playoff dreams are still alive. They're now at 20 points, 2 right behind Masters 3.